Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our movie club. Today we continue the saga of, I don't know, of Marvel saga about some killers. Are they killers, assassins? I don't know. They are just poor people, let's say so. And today we will talk about a lady. And I trying to make a joke because of our conversation before class. So we will talk about lady who did not want to work from home, right? Who want to socialize on her workplace.
Very social.
Very social, right? So her name is Elektra, and my first question to Sergey. Sergey, why his name? I'm sorry. Why is her name? Is supposed to be written in this way. So my spell checker says I should write this like Elektra with C, but it's with K.
I think the difference between two words Elektra and Elektra. Elektra, it's a mythology lady, and Electro, it's a part of physics. That's why we have different writing of these two words. In my opinion, maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I think you're right. It's about Greek roots, right? So Greek, they use K. It seems more often that, I don't know, than Roman did. Yeah? Well, do you have an opinion?
Yes, I remember that Elektra was from Greek family.
From Greek family, yes.
Yes, Natchios.
Nachios.
It was her last name.
Mm-hmm. Well, Nachios, the surname Nachios, does it look Greek to you?
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
I agree with Noah.
Not me for me. I think it's not nachos. It's a Mexican food.
give me two nacho and spicy sauce.
For me, Greek looks like Papadopoulos.
Exactly.
Yeah. Spanish doesn't have TCH.
Yeah.
Spanish would just have CH. Nacho or Nachios, but the T makes it non-Spanish.
Okay, so now we understand that she is Elektra with K, right? Because she is Greek. Okay, but we already know her, right? We knew her from the last movie we did, from the recent movie. What was the name of this movie?
Daredevil.
Daredevil, right? Can you explain to us what does mean Daredevil? Make an example. Bilal. Sergey, can you explain us what does mean Daredevil?
I know how it's spelled in Russia. Daredevil, in my opinion, is a man without mind, very brave, who doesn't calculate the consequences of their activities. Maybe it looks like for Russian people. I don't know how it translate and explain to other person.
But I like Teacher Lee explanation. It's the one who dares to challenge the devil. So.
I'm going to jump without a parachute. I dare you to kill me. I dare you to make me die. Yeah. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Okay, and Leila, do you remember what happened to Elektra in our recent movie that we watched, Daredevil?
Elektra was killed by Bullseye.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Exactly.
And I really thought that Elektra died, and I didn't like the end of the movie, but Teacher Lee said, here is our new movie, Elektra. So I was very happy, and I think, Teacher Lee, could we say she regained life? She was regained life?
There is a word for this, resurrected.
I know the word, but I just want to, use different words as well. Regained life, or
yeah, but normally we say brought back to life.
So we don't use it regain, right?
No,
regain.
We don't. Yeah, we don't say that. No. If they died for a short time and you brought them back to life, we use resuscitated.
Okay, being conscious and unconscious. Okay.
But
Okay,
if they're
so
if they're dead and time passes, then you have to bring them back to life. And Stick has this mystic ability to do that somehow.
okay, so if I'm a doctor, let's say a paramedic, right, and I did something that my patient felt better after he was clinically dead, I resuscitated him, right?
Resuscitate.
Resuscitated him. But if I'm a black magician and I got some corpse somewhere, did my black magic, I resurrected it, right? Him.
Resurrect. Yeah, resurrect. That's a good word. I couldn't think of that one. Yeah, resurrect.
Resurrect.
Actually, does it come from resurrection?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, resurrect, bring back from the dead. Yeah.
So can we say that Elektra was resurrected? Resurrected?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, and it looks like black magic to me, you know. So as far as I know, not many people were resurrected recently, let's say. So it's a mythology, and it brings us to the first question: mythology story. Vova, can you help us with the story? Retell it, please. First one.
Mhm.
Read the question. Be
He,
loud.
he tell the mythology,
Mythology story.
mythology story told at the beginning of the movie about the battle between good and evil. I remember that someone told was that good now is Kimagure
Mhm.
and evil is hand.
Mm. Yeah, you're right. So there was like how we call them, two schools, right, or two parts, two different forts, right?
Mhm.
So the hand and this, how, what was the name? How we read this actually? Kimagure,
Yeah, he pronounced it Kimagure.
Kimagure. Okay. So there are two schools. Can I say there are school?
Exactly.
Okay. So why do they have a battle?
Because one was good and
Okay, well, it's a challenging question. Who chooses that one is good and another is bad?
because hand was criminal and Kimagure like police.
Like a police
Yes, it was on people's side.
on people's side.
Yes.
Okay, so the one was about to torture people, another one. Yeah, but I don't know that I understand the real kind of meaning of the school. I need a assistant for this. Anyone? Can we explain what is the hand and what is the Kimagure? What are the difference?
So the hand is the good one, right? The good also Stick, the blind man, is the guide, if I'm not wrong. The way Kimagure acts, they love violently. They act violently.
Yeah, Leila, I just scroll to this synopsis of MHB and I can read that evil army is called the hand.
Okay, I told just the opposite, right?
Yeah. But it's easy to mess them, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I remember.
The hand strikes you down.
So the hand is because they use hands, right? That's the idea.
I don't know.
Well,
we talk about the long arm of the law. The hand means it can strike out and smite you down. So maybe they smite their enemy, so they're called the hand. Like Black Lives Matter, the clenched fist is their symbol. The hand, power, I don't know.
Yeah, so we actually don't know much about these schools or I don't know gangs, but what we know is that they have a legend, right? That there is a lost soul, a unique soldier, right? That's important for us. And as far as I understand, they both looking for this lost soul, right? To what? To recruit it for their sides, right?
To recruit this unique soldier is called the treasure.
The treasure.
And legend says that this soldier will tip the balance and either let good win or it'll let bad win. So both sides want to recruit the treasure so their side can definitively win.
Yeah. It's always good to have a new force on your side, right? And the one which breaks the balance into your favor, right? It's a good one. Okay, so that's the story. That's our kind of circumstances. And let's go to the movie itself, right? So number 2. Do we have a volunteer for this? Sergey, could you please cover?
As I remember correctly, Elektra has been sent to the island for rest, and she was waiting the information about next mission, and
But I think that it was not kind of a vacation on the island. So she was sent to the island, like, by order. So it wasn't kind of a part of the order. You go there and then you will get details.
Yes, sure. But some minutes it looks like it looked like a vacation, because she was waiting the information and she called to her boss, please send me the information about my next mission. And they discussed about it, and during this waiting, she met a young girl who went inside the house, and they had a conflict with a knife, and after that they have a romantic story with girl and with a grown-up who was her father.
Okay, let's stop here. So first of all, we learn that Elektra is alive, right? How does it happen? How did it happen? Do you know? So at the beginning of the movie, we learn, right, that Elektra is alive, right? She's alive. How does it happen? How did it happen?
I didn't understand.
So it must be the legend.
She meets somebody like a coach or teacher, and monk, I don't know, and he made some passes above her, and she woke up.
So it was a way of Kimagure, am I right, actually?
Yeah.
So it was this sect who resurrected her.
I'm a little confused, like Sergey. I thought it showed him doing the defibrillator on her body, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I thought when the police got there, they used the defibrillator to revive her. But then later it seemed like Stick was the one that brought her back with his magic hands, So I'm a little confused which one brought her back, the defibrillator or Stick's mysticism. Maybe the defibrillator didn't work and she did die, and then later he brought her back to help him in the battle between good and evil. I'm not sure. I'm a little confused too.
Actually, another question. So what is the correct way to say what we usually say? If I remember correct, or if I remember correctly? Which one is correct?
Correctly.
Right? So adverb. Okay. Okay, so we know that Elektra is alive, and she works as an assassin, right?
Yeah, but before this, Abby and Mark, we have got this criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember? It's a kind of snowy environment. The guy was sitting near the fireplace, and in his back there was the bodyguard. Do you remember?
Yeah.
The criminal.
Yeah. And this guy was very calm, right? He wasn't worried.
It was her third attempt, and he knew that she was going to kill him. And she says a lot of things about Elektra to his bodyguard Bauer, and
Yeah.
she says she usually whispers to her victims to the ear. So and then she kills the victims. He knows that nobody can protect her against Elektra.
So I would say he was afraid, but he knew that there was nothing he could do. So he was kind
Yeah.
of resigned to die. He knew he was going to die. So that's why he wasn't panicking, because it wouldn't do any good.
Sergey,
Yeah.
would you like to add something?
Yes, and I have a question about assassin, and I don't know, maybe you did discuss about it. I think this assassin is a Turkish word. It's assassins, people who defend Sultan in Turkey, maybe.
No
What
way.
not?
No.
Assassin is kind of a hitman, you know. Have
Yeah.
gun, will travel.
Yes, but
It is-
hitman, I understand. What's the assassin? What's the word from?
But
from
do
which
you know the word
I mean, in Turkey,
assassination, right? Have you heard assassination attempt was not successful?
Not.
No, it's just an act, you know, of killing someone, so kind of a murder.
You know, the John F. Kennedy was assassinated, right?
assassinate. Yeah.
The person that kills someone famous is called an assassin.
That's nice.
An assassin can do it for personal reasons, or they can be paid to do it.
Usually-
Normally we say an assassin is a hired killer,
Mhm, mhm.
and they exist in the world. You can pay people money and they'll kill people for you.
Okay, so we learn that Elektra is alive. She is an assassin, and she killed someone, some criminal, despite all these bodyguards. And we know that from this episode, we know a lot of facts about her, right? She's very effective. You know, nothing can stop her, and she does not just kill you, right? She making a show out of this. So she.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your last show, but it's a perfect show, right, Leila?
Yes, red. You know, she wears red, carries strange knives. It's a kind of, I just looked at it and say blade.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I like the way she acts.
Yeah. Okay, so we know about her. Let's go forward. Meeting of the hands. Do you remember this? Vasans, can you help us with number 4? I'm not sure that I can actually.
Yep. At the first meeting of the hand, yeah, I think they didn't trust him, they didn't impress the boss, I think. So the task was not done properly, I think. So he was upset. And he gave them the task of killing the father and daughter, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The argument was kill her send only 1 or 2 people and kill her quietly and subtly hidden from the public view, or send 30 people after her and just massacre her and let the public know about it. So to kill her quietly, privately, or to kill her with a public show, a couple people or an army. So the one guy in the suit wanted to use a couple people, do it quietly. The other guy, Karigi, he wanted to use an army and just attack her. And if people find out about it, so what,
Teacher, I remember a word kind of martyr or something. So someone who was assassinated and kind of provoked a kind of became to be almost a sacred figure. Am I right?
Yeah,
Martyr.
martyr. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Actually, is it martyr? Martyr is for, I mean, battles or no?
A martyr is someone who dies valiantly for their country.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean,
So
also,
it's usually a tremendous self-sacrifice of a famous person. If someone's not famous, people call them a martyr, but they're not really a martyr. Martin Luther King was when he got killed, he was a martyr. He was a famous person that represented millions of people. And when he was killed, millions of people worshiped him even more.
Mhm.
I think I was confused with these two words. What about the person who was wounded during a battle, and they have been given medals?
They're
Veteran.
just veterans who were called heroes.
Okay, all right.
Mhm. Well, I was just thinking about why they need to make show from the assignation of Elektra. So that's
Well, it wasn't making a show. The question was really, do I send 2 people to kill her, or do I send 30 people to kill her?
Mhm, mhm.
So Karigi wanted overkill. He wanted to be sure. The other guy said 1 or 2 people should be able to kill her.
Can I ask something, Ivan? These two parties, Kriki and Maximal, are they after Elektra or are they after the treasure, Abby?
At this point, they both after treasure, right? They both need treasure. Elektra just another story, as far as I
Okay.
know.
All right.
Remember the criminal at the beginning, though. Remember there were 3 attempts on his life, right?
Right.
One of the attempts, the hand was protecting him.
Yeah.
And she killed all of the hand's assassins or bodyguards. So she's killed a large number of the hand's assassins just to get this one guy. So they're probably angry at her for that reason. But they may also know that she's working for, well, she was trained by Stick, the good guy. So I think mainly they see her just as a threat that may interfere with what they want to do.
Yeah, so because she already killed people from the offhand, right? So the war is ongoing, right? So the hunting season is open for her head, I guess. Okay, let's move to number 5. Sergey, can you help us, please?
Don't remember.
Okay, well, can you try number 5?
Why did Elektra leave Stick training school?
Mhm. So first of all, what was this training school? What they did? So,
They practice art,
martial art.
martial,
Mhm.
and maybe they were studying to his
Resurrection or some magic, right? Well, yeah, but Elektra left this school, right? Why? Was it her choice or it was someone else's choice?
It was Stick choice.
So Stick told her to leave, right?
Yes.
Why?
He told that she's fighting because of
Andrew.
engines.
Yeah. So yeah.
She's
So he did not like her reasons, right? He was full of anger, full of revenge, and all that. And it seems that for Stick saw that it's a kind of a bad motivation or bad, I don't know, basement for his craft shit, right?
Right. She said, I'm your best student. And he said, no, you're my most powerful student.
Yeah.
But in your heart is anger and violence. and you're not calm. You're not fighting for the right reason. You're not fighting for the pure goodness. So he said, I can't teach you the way of Kimagure because your heart is full of anger and violence. So it's time for you to leave. I can't teach you what you need to learn.
But I remember that she did not want to leave, right, Leila? She was upset.
Yeah, because she has nowhere to go. She
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah, she said, I have nowhere to go, right? Well, I never practiced martial arts, so I cannot judge on this. But I know that when I play chess, when I feel injured, I play worse than I could.
Yeah.
I know this. Sergey, this is the same in martial arts. When someone hit you, should you feel injured?
Yes. And when you practice martial arts, you have to concentrate in your activities, your opponent. When you're angry, you started to think about your opponent only. I have to beat him, and you have to. You may not see his beating when he started, and you have to concentrate, and you have to stay without emotions, trying.
So can I say that you getting kind of partially blind, right, or something? You are not focused. Okay. Well, interesting, because I saw that the more adrenaline I have as a fighter, the better, So adrenaline is making me, a machine for killing. No.
So so basically he told her, you're doing the right thing, but you're doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah, nice. And that's why we expel you, So get better, and then we will find you if you need you, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, number 6, Sergey already covered a little bit, so let's combine them, 6 and 7 into one. Leila, could you please tell us about this?
I'm trying to just cut it short. On the island, when she arrived on the island, she was told by her agent that the client wanted her to stay there a few weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, Abby broke into her house, so they met. Sergey told us. And then Abby invited her to dinner. And when Abby asks what her job is, I don't remember, but Abby asks what her job is. She says she is with layoffs and payroll reduction. And it's a kind of downsizing, right, Teacher Lee?
Yes. Yeah.
And during dinner, she saw Abby's bracelet. Elektra loved it a lot, and she says something about the beads, the warrior beads from Indonesia.
Yeah, warrior beads. Yep.
Right. And I did remember that because I love that. The best fighters wear it in Indonesia, she says. and another important point, Elektra loved their relationship a lot. So, love the relationship between Abby and Mark.
Yeah, and I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, that Elektra kind of fell in love with this father, right, of Abby.
Not at first sight, but when he kissed her.
After he made a dinner, am I right?
What I thought that his behavior, how he treats his daughter, made her feel something like that because she needs affection.
Remember, her dad treated her badly.
Yeah.
So when she saw him treating his daughter with affection, she just realized, I wouldn't say she loved him, but she realized that her life had been empty. she had
Yeah.
not had or enjoyed a fatherly love. So she felt her life was more empty and regretted what she had not gotten. Yeah.
Vasant, you see, yeah, I have this movie have an advice for you, has an advice for you. As an unmarried person, you can get a daughter somewhere, and you will attract women with this. But I know a easier way, just get a dog somewhere and it will work. Small puppy will work in the same way. Yeah, I'm joking on this. Okay, that's all, right? So we know that they get known each other, they kind of got affection, and what else? I think we covered number 8 as well, right? So this assassination attempt, Elektra covered them, right?
Mhm.
And they went to the stick, am I right? The blind guy. And the blind guy, he was playing, how we call this game? Pool.
Well,
right?
you're jumping ahead. This one is when she first got the phone call. Your job is to kill these 2 people.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And she said, okay, I'll do it. Well, first
Yeah.
she hesitated. Well, that's 2 targets. Yeah, you're getting paid double. Okay, I'll do it. And then she was in a boat. Remember, she was out in the boat with
Yeah.
a bow and arrow,
Yeah.
and she was going to kill them. What happened?
Let me try to remember. She saw a moment of relationship between father and daughter, and she decided, to not to take this order. I think.
No, she thought she was going to be able to kill them.
Right.
But, as Teacher Lee said, everything was ready, her bow, everything. Through her binoculars, he saw them, but she couldn't kill them.
And I
And
remember.
after that, she
Uh-huh.
aborted, she quitted the task.
And I remember
So-
she called her agent, right, and said,
Right.
I need more details. Why we have to kill them? And the agent was kind of shocked, right? So, wow, why are you asking about this, right? They will send just another hitman.
So that's why you may remember when she first met the girl and the father, she didn't want to get close with anybody.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be close to anybody. And once she met them and saw the fatherly love, now when she found out they were her target, she already knew them and she couldn't bring herself to kill the father and daughter because they weren't really evil people.
Yeah.
Her heart is becoming pure.
Okay. And who is Mesme? I already forgot.
He's the guy. Go ahead.
No, please, Teacher Lee.
Remember at the hands meeting, there were 2 people that were in conflict. Mesme wanted to send 2 people.
Mhm.
Karigi wanted to send an army. Karigi knew that she was a significant opponent. He knew that 2 people couldn't kill her. Karigi wanted to send his army after her. Mesme was confident that 2 people could secretly kill her.
Yeah.
So that's Mesme.
So this question about the fate of these 2 hitmans, right?
Exactly.
Vasant, do you remember this moment? So two Chinese-looking hitmans attacked their house.
Yes, and they failed. Elektra saw them approaching the father and daughter's house.
Mhm.
She went there casually and killed one by one with the tactics. Suddenly they disappeared. They turned into smoke. And they died. Then
They
The
were
meeting,
not just people, right? They were some kind of magic something. I
yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Strange.
And after that, he was blamed for the mistake. 2 people couldn't kill her, so they gave him a sword, some sort of sword, to kill himself or something like that.
Is it Harakiri, Teacher Lee?
Karigi.
Yeah, but
Oh, Harry-Kiri. Yeah, Harakiri. Correct.
Harakiri, right?
so, and did he commit suicide? I don't know.
It didn't show it, but Karigi gave him a knife and they gave him a little small room. So he went into the small room with his knife. Remember, he looked at the master and the master wouldn't even look at him.
Yeah, yeah.
So he was shamed.
Sergey, please.
Yeah, and I wanted to add my impression about Karigi. For me, it looks like the combination between Yakuza and top manager of a Japanese company. They looks they have special place for the discussion, like a board of direction, and on the other hand, they have relationships. They had the relationships like in Yakuza. I don't know why the director of movie created this idea. Not Russian bad guy, not Asia, Central Asia. It's a Japanese. Now this time we plan to fight with Japanese. Japanese will be a bad guys. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, but Sergey, do you have partners from Japan on your job?
Not only Chinese and Vietnamese.
Okay. I was about to ask, how often they do harakiri nowadays,
I think this tradition stopped now.
Okay, obsolete now, right? Not too often.
Because I think it was happened because samurai finished.
Yeah, there is no more samurais. There are no more samurais just now. Okay. Teacher Lee, we interrupted you at some point.
No, I was just going to say the Hand and the Yakuza are kind of similar organizations. They're organized, but they do evil.
Okay, right. So let's go to the next one. So this one about stick, right? Blind guy. Sergey, would you like to continue? Would you like to describe stick? Why do you think we call him stick?
I think this because he fight using sticks.
Yeah, but have you seen blind people? Yeah. Have you seen blind people? Yeah. They use stick to make sound, to probe the surface.
Yeah.
Do you understand, Sergey? Blind people. So when they go, they need something, to can I say to probe, Teacher Lee, to research the surface.
Yeah, we say that blind men usually have what we call a cane, a blind man's cane, and the tip, the bottom of the blind man's cane, we normally paint white. I don't know why, but when you see a cane with a white tip, that's a blind man's cane, and they use it so they don't bump into things. Yeah. They use it to check for steps and curbs and things that can make them trip.
Yeah. But this guy stick, he was blind, right? But it does not prevent him, to be a fighter, to play pool, to be a socially active, to be a leader. Why? How?
Ivan, like in Daredevil.
But does he, I don't know, had the same kind of senses as Daredevil?
I think so, because he just remembers, or he didn't see, but he knew that it was Elektra coming towards him.
Yeah, he said, I remember her steps or something like this.
The way she walks and her perfume. Yeah.
Perfume, right.
Yeah. I know that walk and that perfume.
Okay, so the question is, why does Elektra take Mark and Abby to stick? What was her goal? Sergey, do you understand?
Because Elektra started to understand that she can to defend Mark and Abby, because she didn't know that Abby have paranormal features, and she asked, maybe I am wrong, I try to remember, and the Elektra asked to stick to organize the defense together with
Yeah, I say my opinion that Stick is the only one, powerful person she could ask about help. That's my idea, right? So I need something that I cannot do myself. So where I go? I go to someone who is better than me, right? So in her case, it's Stick, right? Just help me. That's the idea.
In her case, her profession is to kill, not to protect and be a bodyguard. So she said, at this point, if I'm not going to kill them, they need to be protected. That's not my business. That's not my job. So Stick, you protect them.
Yeah.
And he refused to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. And yeah, why? Where does Elektra take marked after? Yeah. So we know that Stick refused, right, to help them. And where they coming, Leila? Do you remember after this?
I think they went to McCabe's place, the place where Elektra was supposed to stay for a few days, right?
She had
No.
an agent, right? She had an agent, someone who worked with her.
McCabe, right.
That was
McCabe-
his home. That was his home.
Really? I
Yeah.
thought it was that place. Okay.
That's
So
why
McCabe, yeah, literally.
when she brought them there, when he saw them at his home, do you remember what he said?
I remember he had a shotgun, right? So you pull the trigger or I am.
Yeah, yeah. Do you
Yeah,
want me
but-
to, should I die now or die when the hand comes to kill me? He knew he was dead at that point.
But it was so, just how can I say, out of logic, beyond logic. I mean, everybody was on the same island.
No, I don't think so. The island was somewhere else. McCabe was in the United States.
Yeah, Leila, just imagine that your, I don't know, your kind of friend is a policeman and he brought some,
But I didn't see any planes or, any transportation.
Yeah, but it's just omitted, from the story.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, but
they didn't show it.
let's just imagine the stories, that your friend who is a policeman, bring someone and said, we need to protect them from criminal, from mafia, in your house. Would you be happy about this?
I mean, of course, not happy, Ivan. It was something like taking risks. And,
Yeah,
but there's nothing to do.
But I think that Elektra just killed her friend, without his agreement, without his knowing this.
I agree.
She just took the wheel, that I decide you will die, trying to help me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not a positive in my book,
I agree.
Yeah, it was bad for him. That's why he said, should I shoot myself now?
Yeah. Sergey, please.
I was thinking that Elektra is a typical woman, and she worked for the company. She had a order, and she had a money, and I don't agree with you, and I will not kill them because I am a good person. Okay, before this, you may kill everybody without problem. What's happened? And I pay to you. It's not professional.
Yeah, she created a lot of problem to everyone. I have to agree. But Sergey, because of your comment, I think I will get another strike from YouTube. It's very possible.
Sergey, if you were Elektra, would you kill them?
Of course, yes, Sergey, yes. Yeah, Sergey, if you were an Elektra in your shoes, would you just kill them?
Yes, it's my way, and I choose it, and I'm an assassin, and during my life I killed everything, but everybody. Why I stop now? And it's.
But because the guy was cute, and he kissed her,
No.
Tishli, sorry, please continue.
I was just gonna say that criminal that she killed at the beginning, he may have had a family. He may have had sons and daughters and a
children.
wife,
Yeah.
but she didn't know them personally, so she didn't care.
And,
Right.
she didn't kiss her, right? That's important.
Oh, come on, Juan.
So to me, the mindset is if you're going to kill someone, your job is to kill them and not ask questions. If you're going to start asking questions and say, well, do they deserve to die? You're in the wrong business, right, Sergey?
Teacher Lee, there is a similarity between Abby and Elektra. Maybe that's what she
Yeah,
was
exactly.
affected.
Yeah, but there are a lot of similarities, right? Vasant, please, your comment.
Yeah, if I were Elektra, I would have killed Abby when she broke in my house, just right there. I would not
Was that?
involve
Is it
myself.
you?
I mean, if I were Elektra, because that's my job. I have no emotion towards my targets and anybody, Yeah, she already had
right.
a bad past. Yeah.
But Vasant has a good point, right? If I'm an assassin, right, I should be on alert, right? And someone is breaking into my house and try to steal something. Probably, it's a good moment to react.
No, she's a child. Come on.
Okay. It's all hypothetical, I cannot kill her. I cannot kill her.
For
Well-
YouTube.
Well, I would kill you, but no one's paid me to kill you, so I'm going to let you live.
Yeah. Well, you have to understand that when we, Vasant and Sergey, discussing, who we should to kill, in real life, we cannot kill a mosquito, but in
I know.
in our
my
movie
good
class,
friend.
we say, I would kill this 1,000 people and that one, and all these things,
I know.
Okay, so how Hand found them? Leila, do you remember?
A bird,
Yeah, there was
if I'm not wrong. A bird coming to life. I don't know.
from the tattoo, right?
Yeah. The
Remember,
tattoo bird.
there was a man named Tattoo,
Mhm.
and
That one was
and he had tattoos
frightening.
all over his body, and he had
Yeah.
magic. Yeah. So the
Oh,
tattoo
that's
bird could come out of his body and fly around and follow them.
Yeah, I do remember, right?
Kind of interesting. So, Tishli, do you think it's so? It's from comics, right? This movie based on comics, am I right? On comic book.
I think she's a comic book character,
Okay.
but there's some magic. The hand here has some magic. We call it mysticism. Sergey mentioned paranormal. It's kind of like paranormal. Mysticism is like spiritual magic.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mhm.
So
Sergey?
there was some of that in here.
For me, the movie about Elektra, it's not a typical movie from the Marvel company, without costumes, without something.
Yeah.
This movie, I found the ideas and I found the problems, the conflict, and the relationships between them very good for me. But
Okay.
I don't like so much the costumes, and because it's a typical idea. Every movie typical
Mhm.
idea, but this we could see other ideas.
Okay, let's just mention that, like in X-Men, right, and like in many other movies, we have people with extra power, right? In this
Yeah.
movie. So they are kind of how we call it, super power or special abilities, So
We watched a previous movie that Daredevil. It was a typical movie from the Marvel universe, but this movie.
But
better.
Sergey, in Daredevil, correct me if I'm wrong, there was not like kind of a magic, right? So it was kind of extra senses, but that's all. So they started to stay, let's say, reasonable, right? In real world, right? But in the Elektra movie, so we can see tattoo flying, and
Yeah.
resurrection of the body.
Yeah, I added that's the other idea. From the Marvel universe, each movie has a case in the childhood. But I don't know, the nuclear, the meeting, the lightning, something case, something happened with guy and old lady, and after that they had the paranormal abilities. But
Okay, so you're saying that there is always the same pattern, right? In Marvel movie. Okay, and now we broke this pattern in the Elektra, right? We have another story.
a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Okay, time is cruel, so let's go to the next one. Vasant, could you please describe this attack, number 13, and the fate of these characters? McCabe, Stone, and Black Guy with knife.
Yeah. McCabe was killed by the hand. Somehow the Elektra and the father and Abby escaped from the place, but they, with the help of the tattoo guy, they found their place and they started to follow them. And the Stone, who is that Stone? Is that lady?
He was the solid guy. The knife, remember her knife broke against his skin?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Then the Stone guy, she tried to kill him, but after a lot of struggle, a tree fall down on him, so and he died. And the black lady, is that right? The black lady, she with the black suit, she tried to kill Elektra with a kiss, and wherever she goes, everything turns into dark. All the blossomed trees and everything turns black and dry. So that's her quality. So she also tried to kill her, but they somehow escaped, and the team, the good people's team, arrived there at the last moment. And in the meantime, Elektra found that Abby and her father has paranormal special abilities. They are also part of good force.
I like this tough guy, who crushed the tree and who was this made of stone, I guess, right? Kind of a rock. Okay, so our team escaped, right? Can we say so? Escaped.
Yeah.
Okay. Leila, who is Typhoid and why we call her so?
Typhoid, the guy.
Typhoid. Yeah.
Typhoid.
Yes. Typhoid is the woman's name. She has a kind of magic power that she blows and makes the other person
But
I don't know.
I think it's
Poisoned.
It's not her name. It's a name of disease, right?
Yeah, but because it's typhoon, maybe, I don't know. It's a kind of natural disaster, isn't it?
No, it's a disease. We call it typhoid fever. It's a disease that can kill you.
And it killed a lot of people in the past before we had a.
Okay, is it a skin disease or?
It's kind of let me think.
It was wiped out in my lifetime, so I don't know the symptoms of it, but it's like an epidemic. It can kill a large number of people.
I could be wrong, but I remember that it's kind of a bacteria thing, so it's kind of infection.
So, Ivan, do you remember when she blows her breath, the other person's skin started changing and it goes purple?
Yeah, but I think it's just kind of a visual effect to show that it's kind of affected by infection or something.
Recall the movie Togo. In Alaska, there was a small village where all the children were dying from typhoid.
Right.
It was going from kid to kid and killing all the kids, and that's why they needed the dog to carry the guy to get medicine to bring back.
So it is infectious, right?
It's an infectious disease that's usually fatal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can spread this, right? You can spread this by contact. That's a problem. Okay. So what Typhoid did during the attack? Do you remember?
I mean, she kissed Elektra, and during that kissing moment, she affected her with her breath, and Elektra was almost died.
Yeah, she was infected, right? Okay. So what was the overall battle outcome? The next one. So some people died, some escaped, right? Elektra is alive, and our dream team. So Abby and her father is alive. Am I right?
Yeah. Remember that Styx people came down from the sky.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Conveniently, yeah. All of a sudden, woo, all the good guys are here. Whoa, run away.
Yeah.
Just when Krieg was about to kill her.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to this hard questions, right? Complex question. So who hired Elektra to kill Mark and Abby, and why? What sounds? Do you know? Can you answer?
Which one?
Number 16. Yeah. Who hired Elektra?
The good people, they can, so that she can involve herself with the family and to get to know about them. So it's all in the plan. So they didn't really want her to kill them, just want to mingle with them.
So we can say that it was a kind of a test, right?
Right.
But I remember that Stick, he was reluctant to confirm this, right? He was saying he was vague on this when she asked Stick, right? Did you hire me or something? He was kind of, the time will tell us something like this.
Yeah. He didn't really say he was testing her, but it was pretty obvious. She was never sure. He kind of kept her in the dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a test? Remember when he kicked her out of the school? Is this a test?
So probably it was a 145 tests in a row, right? So we just don't see them all. Didn't see them all.
Yeah.
Okay. What about ninja, right? Ninja attack. Well, do you remember this black guys with shurikens?
I don't. When was that, Ivan?
They were hiding. Yeah.
While they were three of them, Mark, Abby, and Elektra were at home trying to escape from the bad people, right?
Yeah.
No, this is when Karigi and Elektra agreed to meet one final time at this empty home.
She turned on the gas and fired it, right? And Krieg said, "Clever girl," because that was the explosion.
Yeah.
Right?
Now my question is, she very calmly, she knew he was coming. She knew he was going to send assassins. She very calmly lights one candle and she walks up to the kitchen. Now, is it a rule that when you send a bunch of ninjas, they all go in through the kitchen window? Why would they all go in through the same place? And why would they all choose the kitchen window? That didn't make any sense to me, but she
Maybe
knew all of them.
ninja way, Teacher Lee.
Enter through the kitchen, yeah. That didn't make sense.
The only explanation I can think about is, we have seen only plan A, but she had plan B, plan C for every room,
Yeah.
Okay. So Ninja they looked professional, right? They moved fast, they attacked, but she killed them all, right? Without any
No
Yeah.
effort at all. A candle.
Yeah,
Boom.
no effort, yeah. Okay, what about Kirigi? How did Elektra defeat Kirigi? Wasans, do you remember? Who's Kirigi and how Elektra killed him?
I don't remember Kirigi.
Kirigi is a main guy, right? Am I right? He is
Yeah.
the one who made all these bad shits moving, in the air.
Okay, yeah. She killed him with her sword. And he thought she was unable to move, so he was going to kill Abby. But when he moved, like with the speed of wind, she immediately reacted and stabbed him with her knife. But it's
Yeah.
somehow...
This was a little hokey to me.
yeah.
He was beating the crap out of her. She was helpless against him. And here she's laying there all tired and wounded and exhausted. And suddenly she had a lot of energy and stabbed him. Come on. A little hokey.
Yeah, he was doing the same trick all the time, and she
Yeah.
couldn't do anything. But at the final time, she made it.
But what
Funny.
she did, remember, before she did that, she had to motivate herself. She thought about her childhood, and she thought about Abby and her dad and the loving moments, and all of this love motivated her pure heart, and she found inner strength to make one last effort.
Yeah, now I remember, because initially he emotionally stimulated her. He made her remembering her mother. He killed her mother, so initially she was acting emotionally. So later, now she is more rationally
We have in Soviet Union, we had an old joke about, soldier on the battlefield. So this soldier was told by officer, go there to the attack. And he said, I have nothing. My rifle is damaged. I have no bullets. But he said, but officer said, you do it for your country. And then, everything starts working, so rifle starts shooting and everything. So motivation is very important,
Exactly.
Okay, Vova, so how did Elektra defeat Tattoo?
Tattoo.
It was very easy because she walked on these snakes, a lot of snakes,
Mhm.
and just
Beheaded? Oh,
yes.
beheaded snakes, right?
We
But he
call
made
it,
him, yeah?
we call it
Excuse
he snapped his neck.
Snaps his, nice. So he created a lot of snakes, right? Well, how much? How many? Tens, right? Maybe more. Do you afraid of snakes?
No,
No? Would you like to have a fight with snakes?
no.
No.
I hate snakes. Ugh.
I hate
Yeah.
too.
Well, there are many snakes in Turkey, in mountains, or not?
No, in the countryside, my friend, not in the cities. You can't see any.
Okay, good to know. Okay, so what about typhoid? So how Elektra defeat her? Leila, do you remember?
Let's see. I'm trying to remember. I think I don't remember because Typhoid, she sucked the life out of Abby, and then Elektra and Typhoid met, but I don't remember.
Something that happened at the end here that you might have missed. Do you remember when she was after she killed Karigi, her size kind of glowed golden,
Right?
Yeah. And what it struck me as, once she found that pureness of heart she gained kind of a magical ability. So she went, I know where typhoid is. She's right there. She took her knife and just threw it in that direction.
Okay.
And it went through hedge after hedge after hedge after hedge after hedge. And after hedge, it finally just hit her in the chest and killed her.
Okay.
So it was easy. Killing the tattoo, easy. Killing Karigi, easy. Killing typhoid, easy. A little hokey how easy. 20 ninjas in the kitchen, one candle, easy. It was a little bit too woke as far as how easy it was for her to kill the bad guys.
Yeah, but it's a right way, I guess, because she's a lady, right? So her life must be easy, right? She should not suffer like, you know, some disgusting man, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so she killed typhoid,
Typhoid.
yeah, and she saved Abby, right, from damage
Yes.
Magic hands.
with bare
I
hand. and
remember
with
this
magic
if
hand.
you want. Mhm.
Okay, and we are ready to the
So-
summary, I guess. Yes.
So remember at the beginning, the mythology story they talked about was that the Way of Kimagure could bring the dead back to life,
Yes.
and Stick could do that. So at the end, when she suddenly gained this magic ability, when she found the Way of Kimagure, now she had the ability to bring the dead back to life.
Uh-huh.
So
That's
she
why.
so she finally learned the way.
That's why she used her hands literally, right?
Exactly.
And it's very, very convenient, yeah, right? When you have resurrect your friends, it's, you know, life is easy. Life is
Yeah.
better, yeah, than before.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so a summary. How the movie ended? Leila, tell us, please. Is Elektra
I mean,
happy now?
Mark and Abby are okay. And Elektra, maybe she wants Mark to tell her to stay, but he didn't say anything. So she walks away to another life. She's not an assassin anymore.
We don't know. Well, maybe for a week. Maybe he will miss this job, you know, after a week.
Let's hope that, my dear friend.
Yeah, okay. So it was like this episode is over, right? The new life is started, as I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So either she stayed with Stick and went back to his school and had no job, or maybe she decided, I guess I'll go into layoffs and payroll reduction.
Yeah, good. So, Vasant, did you enjoy the movie? It's in general?
Not too much like other Marvel superheroes. You know, I would need some story to understand it completely, because it is not as popular as Spider-Man or no, Iron Man, something like that. So Elektra is new to me, so I think it will take some time to. Is there any other series with the Elektra's character?
I think this is it. The only movie. The only
Okay,
movie.
only movie. Okay.
Yeah, probably this movie did not have a lot of success, I guess. I'm not sure. I never checked on IMDb. But I think that the plot itself, so the visual kind of part of the movie is good. The action is good, but I didn't enjoy the story. The story somewhere is too weak to my kind of liking, right? So I guess I'd prefer more motivated moves, better motivated moves, or something like this, I guess. Vasant, please.
Yeah, maybe the male chauvinistic me might not have enjoyed a female superhero.
Exactly. We just envy to to a good-looking lady who is doing everything, better than us. That's the reason why we didn't like it. Leila, am I right? What do you think?
I mean, it's okay for me, I just watched it and I said, okay, let me think about some things. That's all. I mean, it's not a gorgeous film, but I, just watched it and I didn't think of anything. It's good for me.
And because of her red kind of clothes during the battle, I remember that Resident Evil had something similar, right? A female
She was beautiful, maybe she was smart, but believe me, what can I say? What she wears shows her beauty. That's why maybe you find it attractive.
We
Oh.
for women, when a woman wears a red dress, we call that a power color. When they wear red, that means they're aggressive. They're ready to meet the enemy. You know, they're ready to take on any challenge.
Teacher Lee, also red reminds me of the wolves in Spain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I was scrolling through the slides to find this, this suit of Elektra. So we had one slide with it. We have even two. Another one. Okay, we have very few time, so let's do a few slides. What's up? Yeah,
I like the way he looked at her through the reflection in his glass. You know, he didn't even want to look at her. Just, oh, it's true. You do wear red. He was
this guy
calm.
was very calm, very calm. Yeah, he was kind of, how is it? Resigned to his doom, right?
Right.
To his fate.
But he did try to pull out a gun. He did make a last effort to save himself, remember?
Yeah, interesting guy. I should say. Okay, Vasant, do you have your favorite slide to describe? If so, tell me which one. Vasant?
Yeah, with Electra's, arranged few things in her room, some on
This one?
yeah, this one, yeah.
Okay,
So many things.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, the toothpaste and toothbrush. It's earbuds, is that right? Buds. Cotton.
Obsessive compulsive disorder. OCD. Yeah.
Yeah. But can we name all the things on this towel? Vasant, can we?
Yeah, the toothpaste and toothbrush. The stick with the cotton buds, is that, how do we call it?
Q-tips.
Okay, Q-tips. And small thing under that.
Floss.
Floss, okay, dental floss.
Yep.
And mouth freshener, is that right? A liquid, mouth rinsing, yeah.
That bottle looks like alcohol,
Okay.
maybe for injuries.
Okay.
And cotton pads.
Yeah.
Cotton pads? Mm-hmm.
My wife uses that for women use that for makeup, I think.
Yes.
And maybe other uses.
To
Looks
remove makeup.
Yep. Okay. What about below that?
Sunscreen or something like that. A cream and a
Okay.
razor.
On the right, I believe it's how we call anti-perspirator. So something to remove sweating, right? And this is how we call it, a razor, right? A shaving thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disposable razor.
Yeah. And some, I don't know, bottles, I don't know what is inside them. Probably pills against depression or something.
Of course. Yeah, probably aspirin for headaches and body aches, but I can't tell.
But I saw that when she took a tablet for her sleepless nights, it was written on that box that it is for insomnia. Do they always mention that? I found that so weird, because nobody would mention what uses for that. The medicines use. Why is it used? Nobody would mention that.
For insomnia?
Yeah, it was written that it is used for insomnia.
Yeah, we just call them sleeping pills.
But do they really mention that? Do the pharmaceutical companies do they print that on the boxes?
The actual name of the sleeping pills, the drug, I don't know.
Mhm.
I've never taken them, but there are pills to help people sleep that have trouble getting to sleep. But I don't know the drug name. Yeah.
Okay.
Usually people take a bottle of sleeping pills and commit suicide.
Yeah, I know that's the most used one called methylamine, and it's just a hormone that our body produce, but it's produced it's not enough, so we just drink it and we sleep. So, okay, so let's take another one. Vova, could you please describe this slide? What can you find there?
Yes. Okay. I think it is some place for games.
Huh?
This game, and stick is stopping. Stopping.
He stopped. He kind of hearing, right? What is going on, right? Or what?
No, he's stopping Elektra.
Okay. He's holding Elektra, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, she attacked him at one point,
Yeah.
and he easily subdued her.
Subdued. Okay, what about this wall, Vova? What do you think?
Not very good.
Not very good. It's a fashion now. No, it's called loft design, made of bricks. And there is not too much light, right? So it's kind of a
Dimly
dark
lit.
place. Yeah,
Yeah.
dark place. And people play pool here. Have you ever played pool? I remember we played in Vietnam. Yeah. So do you know the rules?
Mm,
You have to hit one ball, right? To make him hit other balls and to put them into the special holes, right? And do you think
Billiards, right, Ivan? Billiards.
I don't know.
Billiards is another name for
Yeah.
pool. Yeah.
And do you think it's a good game for a blind guy?
mm,
No, why?
worst.
It's the worst one, right? Okay, so
Yeah,
we
now-
can. Yeah.
Now, if you're blind and there's balls on the table, how do you know what balls are where?
They
He
don't
said, I'm
have.
gonna,
Yeah.
you know,
They
you
don't have
can't.
smell. They don't produce any sound. They don't vibrate. So they just, hidden.
That's right. And they got a number on them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're numbered. So he says, I'm going to hit the number 3 ball, the number 2 ball, the number 1 ball, and they're on, he can't see the balls to know what they are. You can't see a painted number on a ball. So this is a little bit hokey again.
Yeah. Leila, have you ever played pool? Do you know the rules?
I tried. I was terrible.
Yeah. But do you know that there are some rules about which ball you should put to the hole first, And there is some
Really?
special balls that you should never put to the hole, right? So
I didn't know. My friends told me some, but I didn't like it because I can't play it.
There's one of the balls is number 8. They call it the 8 ball.
Mhm.
It's black and white, so it kind of reminds you of a tuxedo.
Mhm.
And I think the rule is if you ever hit the 8 ball, if you hit the 8 ball in before it's the last ball, you lose automatically.
Wow.
So we have an idiom. If you're behind the 8 ball, that means that you're in trouble.
Mhm.
Well, interesting. Yeah. So it had a root in a game, right? It's the same.
Yeah. It's a pool game idiom. Yeah.
Okay, Leila, for you, I found this slide, with a lot of light and beautiful, landscape.
So this is the ninja school. Through the end of the film, Abby is being trained here, and the other 4 people are helping her to be trained. Maybe, I don't know. This is Stick wearing black, the man in black,
Yeah.
And it's such a good place to do sports, I think, because the nature is great. And I think the floor is made of wood and the landscape is great. There are wood columns. And what do you call the ceiling? Full of what, teacher Lee? Canvas or
I guess canvas, yeah, canvas shading, shade cover.
shading, right?
Yeah, I don't know. So in martial arts, normally the ground is soft mat. So normally the soft mat that you fight on, we call that the dojo mat.
Mhm, mhm.
And the sticks, we call those fighting sticks or pugil sticks.
Teacher Lee, do you think this place is dojos or made of wood? I'm not sure about the floor.
Well, this floor is probably is wood, as you said, but normally in a regular place, the dojo mat is soft. It's a soft mat.
Yeah.
I think dojo is the room where you fight. The mat is on the floor of the room, and then you fight on the dojo mat. Before you get on the mat, you bow to the master. And when you get off the mat, you bow to the master. The uniforms are called gis, G-H-I. The karate uniform is called a gi. So these are a lot of Japanese words that you have to know.
Yeah. But when I see this picture, it reminds me, there is a dance flamenco. It's in Spain, so flamenco. And they have special place to dance flamenco, and they build this in exact this way with wooden floor because of the sound. They like
I
this
love
sound of
it.
flamenco.
I love it, Ivan.
Yeah, and it's called tableau or something. This place where they dance. So it looks like more for dance than for for the martial arts. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, do you think that it's in somewhere in the mountains?
I think, yeah, on the skirts of the mountains.
Yeah. And I wonder why all these, monks of Shaolin and, all these martial arts, why they always like mountains? Do you have any
I
idea?
think because of fresh air and also their philosophy, I think goes well with the nature.
Mhm.
I think because they like, to be trained, moving up and down to the mountains and back. To be in
No,
shape.
Ivan, I am right.
Oh, you're right. They like to be one with nature.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's call it a day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for discussion.
Roland, thank you. Bye-bye.
Today I did not have the chat, so I'm going to read all this, wisdom.
Can I copy? Let me see if I can copy the chat. I think I can.
Oh, I can pass it. I mean that I was not able to read this during the class. Okay. Thank you very much. Nice movie, and and I learned a lot, I guess, from this session.
Thank you, Teacher Lee. Thank you, my
Bye.
friends.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.